What's going on, Dodgers Nation? Doug McCain here. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. For all the latest Dodgers news and rumors, be sure to subscribe to the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. And if you want to see us post even more Dodgers content, smash that like button. And as always, I want your takes down below in the comment section. First question, 1. Do the Dodgers need to trade for a starter before the July 30th deadline? And 2, give me your top 3 trade targets you want to see the Dodgers go after when it comes to starting pitching. Do you like the names I've thrown out so far? Do you want to rank them? Are there any starting pitchers that I haven't named so far that you want to see the Dodgers target? Let me know down below in the comment section. And for all the latest Dodgers news, head over to DodgersNation.com. So here's 10 pitchers I think the Dodgers could go after before the July 30th deadline, part 2. If you missed the first one, you can find it here on the YouTube channel. And the next video I'm going to do, I'm going to throw out some specific trade packages of guys I think the Dodgers could give up for some of these starting pitchers. And yesterday, Julio Urias, he had a quality start against the Washington Walgreens. Oh, he checked out the Washington Nationals. The Urias, he ended up going 6 innings, gave up 3 hits, had 3 punch-outs, only 1 earned run. But I've been paying very close attention to Urias of late because he's nearing 100 innings pitched in the regular season for the first time in his career. So will fatigue be a factor for Julio? Well, last night he was cruising. It was a quality start. The velo was there. The stuff was there. But we will be keeping an eye on Julio and all the rest of the Dodgers starters that are readjusting to pitching a full 162-game season. But without further ado, let's get into some more of these potential starters the Dodgers could trade for. Let's do this.
Let's do this!
Let's do it.
Let's do it!
Let's do it.
So today we're going to start with Minnesota Twins right-handed pitcher Michael Pineda. Now, Pineda had a very nice start to the 2021 season. He went 2-2 with a 2.79 ERA in 38 2/3 innings pitched, had 39 punch-outs, a whip over 1 in his first 7 starts of the season. Then he went on the IL with an abscess, and then he went on the IL later with forearm tightness. Now, for the year, Michael Pineda, he's currently sitting at a 3.7 ERA and over 56 innings pitched, an ERA plus of 1.12. So nothing to scoff at when it comes to those numbers, but it's not like you're trading for a big-time frontline starter that's going to require a lot of prospect capital. You're not going to have to give away that treasure trove of big-time prospects in that Dodgers farm system. Guys like Michael Busch or Josiah Gray or Keibert Ruiz, any of those guys. And yes, the injuries he's dealt with this year could be a red flag, but he is slotted to be back in that Twins rotation by sometime next week. And if you look at his contract, he's going to be an unrestricted free agent after this season. So not a big long-term financial commitment at all whatsoever. That's what the Dodgers like. They like the rentals in these situations. And to me, he's not going to be one of those guys that's going to be lights out and carry this team. Not a big acquisition like the Yu Darvish one was in 2017 or anything like that. But it does help give the Dodgers some depth. He really is a vet at this point of his career. Now, he's never pitched in the postseason, so that's something the Dodgers might want to consider before making this acquisition. But to me, it's a name I'd consider, considering you could get him on the cheap. He's already made his first rehab start, so he is on his way back. So I do think he could be a potentially reliable option. He does have some baggage, though. He did get suspended for PED use. He did famously get ejected for having that sticky stuff on his neck when he was with the New York Yankees. From an optics standpoint, maybe you don't bring in Michael Pineda if you think that that could be a potential issue. Now, this next guy is a big-ticket item. This next guy will be one of the crown jewels that could potentially be moved this trade season, and I'm talking about Rangers right-handed pitcher Kyle Gibson. He's having a fantastic career year down in Texas. He has a 1.98 ERA through 95 2/3 innings pitched, a 2.26 ERA plus, a whip of 1.035. Now, contract-wise, he's in the second year of a 3-year, $28 million deal, and whoever gets him will still have him for one more season at $7 million in 2022. Now, are the Rangers a lock to move him at the deadline? I'm not 100% sold at this point because last year they didn't trade away Lance Lynn. Yes, they're in last place in the AL West, but they might want to hold on to him. You never know the way they run that organization. It's the first year they've had fans in the stands in their new stadium at Globe Life Field where the Dodgers won the 2020 World Series. But I do think the Dodgers, if they could find a way to get him without giving up any super big-time prospects, I would definitely consider it. I do think it might require acquire a guy like Josiah Gray in a deal. So I think that would probably be an asking price that might be a little too high for LA, but this is a guy that's going to give you quality. He's averaging over 6 innings per start. He's been one of the best pitchers in baseball this season. Now, he's not one of these big high-velocity, miss-bats type of guys that's going to get you a lot of punch-outs, guys like you want to have in the postseason, but he's very effective. He has a 6-pitch mix, goes with that sinker, induces a lot of ground balls, a lot of soft contact, and he's a guy that could be a real weapon for LA. Now, the Dodgers do have a really good history of adding guys named Gibson, especially when it comes to postseason heroics, so maybe they do find a way to get him to the Dodgers. That'd be a real big-ticket item, and they would definitely have to give away some serious prospects. Now, if I could have anyone from today, I think I might go with this next guy, and that is José Berríos, the right-handed pitcher from the Minnesota Twins. So far this season, the numbers aren't explosive. A 3.52 ERA, an 11.41 WHIP, 117 ERA plus, a 24.7 K percentage, a 6.2% walk percentage, a 3.59 FIP. But he is on a bad team, and he is a guy that has one of the filthiest breaking balls in all of Major League Baseball. He does have a heater that he can throw by guys. He's one of the tops in the league when it comes to chase rate and walk rate, and he's 27 with 2 more years of team control. He'll be arbitration eligible through the 2022 season before hitting unrestricted free agency in 2023. But this is a guy that could really solidify this Dodgers rotation, especially if they're going to need to slot guys in there if Bauer's out, if we have Tony Gonsolin unable to assume that starter's role for the 5th spot. And his strikeout numbers, they've gone up. He was an all-star in 2018 and 2019. And what I love about him is he's an innings eater. 192 in the 3rd innings pitched in 2018, 200 in the 3rd innings pitched in 2019. He wasn't great in his last outing on July 1st, gave up 4 runs, 3 earned on 10 hits with the walk while striking out 0 in 5 innings against the Chicago White Sox. But I think this is a guy that really needs a change of scenery. He needs to go into this Dodgers culture. He definitely has that star power. I always hold true. It's not just about winning in LA. You have to win with players that have some star power. You kind of need it here. I'm telling you, that's a factor. He's a guy that definitely has that in him. Now, will the Dodgers have to give up some serious prospects? Absolutely. I think multiple top 30 prospects to get him, but the Twins, it's such a down year in Minnesota. This is the team that expected to contend for the World Series or at least the AL pennant, and I think they really should be sellers at the deadline. So let's get Jose to LA. That would really be a dream. And what I love most about him is, like I said, he's an innings eater, and I think that as we get closer and closer to the postseason, you have these pitchers readjusting to a full 162-game season. That's going to be a real asset if the Dodgers would be able to require him. So that would be my first option in today's list, because I do think it's a win now and win later move, because I think that he could be with the Dodgers for longer. Maybe you re-up with him if you like what you see. And next is Royals left-handed pitcher Danny Duffy. Now, he had a really strong start to the season. In his first 7 starts, he posted a 1.94 ERA, a 2.30 ERA plus. Then he went on the IL with a flexor strain, and since he was activated on June 23rd, he hasn't been as hot as he was earlier in the year. He's allowed 4 runs through 6 1/3 innings pitched in 3 appearances since being activated off that injured list. He has a 2.44 ERA and a 55-16 strikeout to walk ratio in 48 innings pitched. So he really hasn't regained the form he had early in the season, but this is a guy that could be an option for the Dodgers as well. He's going to be a free agent after this season, so I don't expect a big haul for Danny Duffy if the Dodgers wanted to go that route. I think this is a more realistic option. And then there's guys out there like German Márquez or Madison Bumgarner or John Means, guys that are under contract or team control for an extended period of time. German Márquez is a name that could make sense for the Dodgers. 126 ERA plus a 3.62 ERA at 99 1/3 innings pitched, but he is the ace of the Rockies. He does pitch at Coors Field. He was flirting with a no-hitter the other night. He took a no-hitter into the 9th inning, but the main problem with Márquez is, one, he's in the 3rd year of a 5-year, $43 million contract. He's set to earn $11 million next year and $15 million in 2023. He has a $16 million club option in 2024, and you know the Dodgers don't want to take on those big contracts. I mean, it is in the real prime of his career. He's only 26 right now. He'll be 27 in 2022, so they would get him in the prime of his career, but there's also the fact that the Rockies don't like to deal with the Los Angeles Dodgers. Dodgers. You heard those rumors that there was no way they were going to give the Dodgers Nolan Arenado, so I think that's another factor. He's also a guy that's under a long-term deal, and I just don't see the Dodgers taking on that much salary at this point, so I don't think those are realistic options, but we're going to throw out some more names at you next week and give you some trade packages of some specific guys that the Dodgers could give up for these guys. But let me know down below in the comments, who do you want to see the Dodgers trade for? Do they need to trade for another starting pitcher? Are there some names that I haven't mentioned yet that you want to see the Dodgers target? Let me know down below in the comments section. My name is Doug McCain. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. That's at DMac_LA. For all things Dodger baseball, be sure to subscribe to the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. And if you want to see us post even more Dodgers content, smash that like button. For all latest Dodgers Nation merch, head over to gearup.la. Some of the best Dodgers t-shirt designs in the game. You're going to find it right over there at www.gearup.la. For latest Dodgers news, head over to DodgersNation.com. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.